Hi everyone, so in today's video I'm basically going to be showing you guys how I use the Hourglass Ambient palette and some of the other powders that I own. I know some of you guys want to definitely see how I use these since they has re-released on Sephora.com and also on Hourglass. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I use them. I'm also going to talk to you just a little bit about the blushes as well. So if you're interested in seeing how I do my makeup every single day, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I do right after I set my under eye concealer, I tend to put a powder or some such underneath there. Now usually what I would use would be the banana powder, the banana powder, but since I've discovered these palettes, I have just been in love with these, and I just love using their powders to basically give you different kind of looks and lighting. The one that I use the most for my under eye is the diffused light. Now I like this one because this one is more of a yellow base. I hope the camera is going to pick it up, as opposed to this one here, which is more of a white base. So hopefully now you'll be able to see the difference. You can see this one over here is a little more yellow, as this one over here is white. Now both of these would be good to use underneath your eyes, simply because the ethereal light is a white powder, so this would kind of like be your normal setting powder. This would work really good with your fair skin tones. Me personally, I do use this one. This one was one that I was kind of iffy about because it was white, but I do think that it would be okay. So I went ahead and I purchased this one in the new VIB sale that they had here recently. And then this yellow one here is the one that I've been using for a while, and it has a little dent in it, as you might be able to tell right in the center of it. But this is the one that I love using to set my under eye concealer. And it's just yellow, so it kind of reminds me of the banana powder, and it's going to brighten right underneath that under eye area. So I use my Real Technique brush. This is the setting brush. You can also get these brushes now at Kohl's, and I know Ulta carries them. Just dip it in here just a little lightly here. You can pat off any excess if you want to. You don't have to. Sometimes I like having the extra powder. And of course you guys know I use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I just go ahead and place that right underneath the eye. And I feel that this just gives the eye like that nice brightening effect. So that's how I used my diffused light. I just really love this one. You can also use it to set anywhere that you would highlight. This would also be a really good one for that. But I tend to like setting my highlight everywhere else on my face with the ethereal light, with the whiter powder. So what I will do is I will normally take the same brush, and I will go into the white powder, the ethereal light, and I will just put this basically in the center of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and a little bit on the chin area. So your fair skin tones, you're probably going to be able to use this one as an all over face powder. As for your warmer undertones, I wouldn't necessarily use this one as an all over face powder, simply for the fact that it is more of a white powder in color, and it looks more like a white setting powder or a translucent powder. So this one I would just use for those certain areas. Now all of these different kind of lighting or powders, they look really good in photography. So if you're someone that happens to take a lot of pictures, or you like or you're into photography or whatever, then this is definitely perfect for you. So the next one that I have here, these are all the single ones. These are retail for about $45, and again, there you can get them on Hourglass or Sephora. This one is the Luminous Light, and I've been using this one here for the highlighting. So when you see right through here, this is the Luminous Light, and I love this one for that. I also take this one down the bridge of the nose and a little bit on the Cupid's bow, and then I'll put a little bit there down on the chin, and the same with the other side. And you can kind of see where the light is on my face right now. So I really do love this one, and I put this on before I use my blushes. So I always make sure that I contour, I highlight, and then I apply my blushes. Now going back to this palette, this one is running, I think it might be about $58 on Sephora, but you are getting the 3 shadows in here. You're getting the dim light, the incandescent light, and the radiant light, which is a really good buy, guys, if you're into these powders, if you definitely want to give them a try. Now, I also like the dim light for using that underneath my eyes. Before I actually purchased my diffuse light, I was using the dim light to set underneath the eyes, and this does a really good job too. If you follow me on Instagram, the picture that I done where it was in the winter time and I had like on the beanie and the scarf to match, this was the powder that I had on for under the eyes, and it just really does really well. This one has more of a like skin toned taupey kind of shade almost, but it's really pretty. Sorry about the swatches here, but this one is one that you can definitely get away with, so I definitely like this one. This one's also good. The dim light is also good for all over the face, and sometimes I will apply that all over the face. I just take basically a fluffy brush like this one. Again, I love using these powders with the Real Technique brushes. This is the multitask brush. You can take this, go in here, get that powder, and you can just apply that anywhere that you tend to get oily, and that works as well. So I really like using that for that. The next one is the incandescent light. This one gives off more of a shimmer in the palette, and this is going to be the one that you would highlight with if you purchase the palette. This one just gives a really pretty natural looking highlight. So this would be the one that you would want to do that with. It's the incandescent light, and this one is limited edition right now, so I would definitely tell you guys that if you are interested in the one that's going to be used for more as your highlighter, especially if you're fair skinned, you probably want to use this one, although I have seen a lot of fair skinned people also use the luminous light, and it looks absolutely beautiful as well. The last one in the palette is your radiant light, and I love this one basically for a bronzer. Some days if I don't want to do a heavy bronzer and a contour, I will take this again, and I will just basically use a fluffy brush, pick this up on here. So I'm just going to get me some here, and it really just apply this where you would normally apply your contour, and what this is going to do, or your bronzer, and this just really warms up the face, and it's just beautiful. It gives you like that nice sun-kissed glow, but it doesn't look overly done, you know. It just looks like the sun just really lightly kissed your face, and I love it. And I also put a little bit on the nose too as well, and I just love using it with the fluffy brush. Okay, so that's how I would tend to use the radiant light. So those are pretty much how I use the core powders. Like I said, the ones like this are going to run you about $45, and the ones like this is $48. I hope this is going to be permanent now. I'm really not sure, but I do know that it has been released. It is on Sephora.com. I was searching today, and I actually saw it on there. Also, you guys, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour and Highlight Palette. I'm sorry about the dog downstairs. My husband's home. But that has also been re-released. If you follow me on Instagram, then you guys know I've been tweeting back and forth with you guys, and discussing it and talking to you about it. I talked to Tiffany and she let me know that it was actually sold out the minute that I announced it, basically, and then it went back on sale on Thursday, which is the day that I'm recording this. This is a pre-recorded video. So it did release again. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about are the blushes. I know some of you are interested in these as well. It's just pretty much like any blush, you would apply it the same exact way. This is what some of them look like. This is the one in Luminous Flush, which I love. And my favorite one of all time has been the Mood Exposure. I absolutely love this one. And I'm going to apply just a little bit so you guys can see. Again, for this one, I'm going to use another Real Technique brush, and this is the blush brush. These brushes and these powders, I think because they're so finely milled, that I found that these just work the best, and hopefully you guys will be able to see it show up on camera. There it goes, and it just gives a nice wash of color. I love, love, love these blushes. Look at that, from this side to this side. And it just really brings out the contour of my face as well with that radiant light. So I really do love these, guys. I would highly recommend them. The blushes, the powders, they are absolutely wonderful. There is one more that I do need to purchase, and that is the Mood Exposure, and I'm definitely going to be picking that one up as well. So I can say pretty much I have my collection complete. I don't have the full size of the dim light and the radiant light because I do have another one of these palettes that I already own, so I think I'm going to be pretty good for right now. But there you guys have it. I just wanted to show you guys how I tend to use these powders. You can use them in a variety of different ways, guys. There really is no right or wrong way to use the powders. I love them. I have worked them into my everyday routine, and I am in awe of them. I just think they make your pictures look so fresh, and you just kind of have this glowy lit within look that I'm absolutely loving for summer. So there you guys have it. I hope the video was helpful. I know I did receive a request for a skincare video. I will be doing that video for you, but it's kind of going to be like what's in my travel bag, because basically everything that I'm taking skincare wise or toiletry wise will be in that video. And I really don't change up my skincare that much, even though my skin is now coming oily. I guess because we are starting to transition a little bit, so things are going to change just a little bit, but it'll still be basically the same exact things that I'm using. I just tweaked a couple of things. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, all of my social media links are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on future videos, and so you can see more videos like this. And I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.